Which brings me to our last story out of UK. Robert Massey, 43, strangled Jacqueline Forest to death at her home because he thought she was pregnant by his best mate 2 weeks after jail release. This is another story that is crazy because you have an abuser, you have a woman who I want to feel bad for, but seems like she's playing games with her and everybody's lives. And then you have a best friend who is just disloyal and he's not a friend. So we'll start from the beginning. So thing was, Macy was arrested for attacking Jacqueline. Here's the problem I have. Macy was only given 18 months, basically probation slap on the wrist for attacking Jacqueline. 2 weeks after he came home, but 2 days before that incident, Macy showed up at Jacqueline's house with a pipe in his hand, kicking and banging on the door, begging to come in. She's crying, and a neighbor, I thought this was going to say ring camera, but no, a crafty neighbor got their cell phone and recorded the whole thing through the peek hole. They say a keyhole, but only keyholes we got is like skeletons and keys where you can see through the hole, but we got peek holes. I don't know, maybe out there y'all got, I don't know. But that's how it was recorded. At the same time, when he finally got in, he poured alcohol on her and threatened to set her on fire. Here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. The judge ordered him when he got them 18 months to not go back to that house. He had an order of protection against him. She allowed the order to be violated. The door was closed. He couldn't get in. He couldn't get in with the pipe. He couldn't get in by kicking. All you had to do was call 911, but you didn't. Even if the neighbor had called 911, it would probably be the same story because you have to be ready to let it go. They said 2 days after this incident, these two had a nice day, had a nice night, I guess, had a nice time together, and the night was over. He's at her house. She goes, gets in the shower. And Macy goes and give himself permission to go through her cell phone. Going through her cell phone, he came across some messages from his best friend and also from another man that she was dealing with. The thing with the best friend situation is allegedly they were supposed to be messing around after Macy and her had, broken up. But I would like to know at what point in all of this craziness did they actually break up for real? And here's the thing, the best friend would actually know this real information. But see, just like Macy, the best friend is not a hero either. The best friend deserved everything that the best friend got. Why? Because you broke bro code, bruh. You knew this lady was hurting. You knew she was being abused. You knew your boy was crazy. And you took it upon yourself to prey on that vulnerable woman just to get your own rocks off. Because you're the reason why he really snapped like this. He wouldn't have went this far if he wouldn't have seen, read, misunderstood that there is a possibility that his best friend got his girl pregnant. So Macy went and strangled Jacqueline, strangled the life out of her, stabbed her in her womb. Then he carved remarks that, are slanderous remarks on her body about the different peoples and things that for this whole situation. In his psychosis, the psychosis that he created by going through a cell phone that was not his, in his psychosis, he dressed her up, put her on nice things, and told police in the investigation that he did it because she always liked nice things and because he ruined her face. He didn't stop there. He then goes by 400 pounds, not pounds in US pounds, but pounds in English money, of cocaine, snorted the coke, got drunk on liquor, concocted a plan to now go search out his best friend and her other lover. What he did was he already had her phone because he already still had her at her apartment. She's still at her apartment. He goes out, texts the man, tells the man, convinces the man to come meet up at the house. The man shows up, and when he shows up, he ambushes him and shows him her body and tells him, this is what you made happen. While he proceeded to he did stab the man, but the man was able to get away and flee to the neighbor's house. And then that leaves the best friend. He saved the best friend for last because, like I say, keep your enemies close and your friends even closer. Because your enemies don't know anything about you. They really have to watch you. But your friends, so-called family, all the people that you care about who don't care about you, you need to watch. Because they know your every move. They know how to push every button to get what they need or to stop you from getting what you need. So Macy, knowing his friend, his so-called best mate. He went and tracked his best mate down at his job, armed with a pair of scissors. He attacked his best mate at his job with the scissors. The best mate was able to escape. And before he escaped, he was yelling, saying, like, he's already going to jail. He's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Because he already did 2, might not make it 3. And he blamed his best mate for his psychosis, but he was already gone. She played a dangerous game, and the best friend was not a best friend. The only one who is innocent in all of this is the one man who got lured to the house and had really nothing to do with the whole situation because he had no idea of what her situation was. She was protected behind a door. She should have never let him in. She should have called the cops. I know it can be scary. I know you can feel like you don't have no help. Nobody understands and they are going to hurt you. They are going to do XYZ to you. But if they can do it to you, what can you do to